Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today we shall be discussing Reasonable Doubt as we talk about season 2, episode 7, apparently the best episode of the series. We shall discuss these things and many things that went on in this episode. DMX and Luther Vandross, for example. Skinny Luther or Fat Luther? That's the question. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like on the video and comment on the video, share the video, watch the video till the end, please. It helps out with the algorithm and stuff like that. Anyway, sit back, enjoy the intro, and we're gonna get on the show.
All right. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is gonna be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
All righty, court is continuing to be in session. The prosecution rested. The defense began their counter arguments. And what does that mean? What does it mean for Jax outside the courtroom, inside the courtroom? All these kind of things we're going to talk about. But again, I heard this was a great episode by people. Some things I liked. But Kim, please, where would you like to begin, please?
I guess we can start at the beginning. Wow. When they had their little conversation about the baby. That was wild. I mean, Louis, he if she wouldn't have said anything, he wouldn't have said anything. He wouldn't have said a word. So I was like, I know that you guys don't like that word, but he was acting like an ignorant person at that moment. In this instance, yeah, he was acting like that word. So, but I understand him not wanting to say anything, but it's important that he should have said something a while ago. It's not only because of their marriage, but also because it has to do with the case, right? Because Tony has to testify, right? Eventually, this is going to happen. And then I thought Jax was wrong for not telling Corey that bit of information once she found out what was going on, right? About Tony. Jax should have told Corey, right? He should be in on that. He's a lawyer too, right? So, and then the part when they got to the friends having a drink, and Sally was like, you better be on your A game. And I literally wanted to snatch her wig off. I was like, who is she talking to? Like, who are you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's doing everything she can to help her cousin. And you have the nerve and audacity to come at her that way. Like, what are you doing, sister girl? What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Not to go to jail because she knows she's the one that killed JT. So she's like, I need.
You mean JT? Did you say Jay-Z?
JT, right? Well, I mean, if he ends up with a baby, he might end up dead.
I
feel like she's like, seriously, y'all, baby. And why hasn't she gone to go see her cousin?
Right? That's nothing to. I was wondering that, David. I thought the same thing. I was like, neither one of the friends has gone to see her, or they didn't show it. Maybe this is off camera, but we need to be able to see it because if this is your girl, right? You're supposed to go there at least to lift her spirits up, make her feel, better, about what's going on. And also, Sally is taking care of her children, right?
Where the hell they at?
Where the children at? And why isn't Sally going, to see her and say, well, Chantel, whatever her name is.
Chantel.
Yeah, your kids are fine. This is what they're doing. Like make her feel better by giving her, play by play of what her children are going through, right? So I thought that part was like, why aren't you showing this, right?
And that conversation would give her the opportunity to say, bitch, you about to skip town and leave me with these kids, for the record, which they still have not brought up in court. And leave, my house is about to get taken away from me. My husband should have left me by now or kicked me out the house. The fact that she's still in the house is bullshit. Like, I'm like, no, there's so many things that should be happening that are not happening. And then, anyway, for that. But let Jamani get on this. So Jamani, what you got so far? Thoughts?
As far as like what what's her name?
Well,
Shelly?
Kim
Or
brought up what's on
Sally?
your mind. Just tell me what's on your mind, bro. What made you say this is an episode? What you got?
Oh, because this was the least legal episode of the entire series, so I loved it. It didn't have. I wasn't taken out and distracted by all of the incorrect and stuff. So that
What did you like about it? That's what was in it that you like? I hear you. But what was in it? Is there anything that made you go,
um for me, as a person who is planning on actually taking the exam in a couple of months, I was more interested in what is the actual test prep that Crystal is using for the LSAT.
Okay, so that whole thing again, this is where we bring up the wife that don't exist. Like, hey, how's your wife feel about it? Congratulations. Is she helping you? Like, you got to quit your job to study for a test? Like, I'm confused how that even works. I'm not sure why she's like, I gotta break it to Jax that I'm trying to be a lawyer. Like, I mean, don't you think that she would be your inspiration and she'd be proud of you? Like, what is happening in any of this?
Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get why
I
she was so scared to tell her.
Scared.
The only thing that I could think of is that maybe Jax would be like, she's because remember, she backs up Jax, she helps Jax, right? She's her assistant. And so maybe she was thinking that would interfere, that Jax would think that her trying to become a lawyer would interfere with her job duties, right? And she knows that her job duties sometimes go overtime. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
they
I
get
mean,
off at 5, but she's usually there till 8, 9 o'clock at night. And so I think that that's maybe what she was thinking. But I didn't think Jax was going to be that way. I was like, the way Jax was, I was like, yeah, she's going to be encouraging
she's
you
gonna
to
be
do
happy
this.
for you.
Yeah,
This shouldn't even been a storyline. Like, I mean,
Right.
to the fact, I mean, there's other things we could be doing with Crystal. If I don't know why we need Crystal, but or at least I mean, it just what was it? I still see you move.
She's like, go home and study, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, leave work, go home and study. It just seemed to, like, the LSAT is not, it's not that serious. I mean, it's serious, but it's not like,
You can work a 9 to 5 and then go home and study. Like, that's what I'm saying. You still need a job. Like, you got to pay your bills. And again, unless your wife that we just heard about is making all the money. It just, I mean, I don't know why it was this whole like a life changing bit. Like, we're never gonna see her again because she's too busy studying for the bar, I guess. Or
but
something.
I was grateful for any time they were not in the courtroom. That so it didn't matter what, even though the episode had flashbacks that contradicted the theme of the episode, I still was like, yeah, bring it
At
on.
least you're not in the courtroom fucking things
Yeah,
up.
'cause I'm like, we see them, and like, I don't know, like, I guess the spark had run out of their relationship, and now, okay, let's go to a sex club, and then they get turned on, and I'm like, so this just goes to show that they have more of an open marriage swinger type of thing, but yet she's upset the whole episode about, like, I'm just like, I don't know if it's a woman thing or like, it just, I don't know. I couldn't identify with the feelings that Jax had.
I think what Jax was feeling was that Lewis lied to her. That's what she was feeling. It was like, remember, she said last episode, the one thing that she loves most about him is that he doesn't lie to her, right? It's important. And so when she found out he lied several times, she was hurt and pissed. That's what it was.
I think that was more of a lie of omission.
So a lie is a lie.
Okay, we're gonna play word games here.
Let's not do that. But I want to get to the positives, and then we can get to this relationship. I do want to get to the positives. So first, Dante, thank you first. No, we are not about to do that, Kim.
We're not about to do what, sir?
Just open your mouth to be like, I probably got this woman pregnant.
So wait a minute. I want to know what Dante's talking about. We're not going to do what? What are you saying? We're not going to do.
Men are not going to volunteer to be like, hey, I fucked Tony, and I may or may not have gotten her pregnant.
But he had already said that he had sex with someone, right? Just say If your back is against the wall, say your piece.
Peace. And so I can understand both sides of the argument. I understand both sides of the argument. So he was rolling the dice and it didn't go in his favor. But so he's like now, but anyway, I want to do the positives. The positive is that Kim was correct. Kim was correct when she said, David, what's going to happen? Jax is going to be in the throes of whatever with Corey. And in the end, she's going to say no. My marriage is important. She had all the flashbacks and she said, no, I got to go home and do what I can do to save my marriage. So Kim, you were right. And I'm happy that you were right because I was like, something is going in her mouth this episode. And it didn't happen. I was prepared. And it didn't happen. So I said, all right. So I like that. Let's get to the courtroom. I like the fact that Lucy brought back the text message because last episode I said, what happened to this opening argument of the defendant sent a text message that said, thank you. Now you've made it easier for me to do what I have to do. And she sent it to a friend. And I'm like, who's the friend? And I thought it was Adrian. It was actually Tony. And they brought it back. And I was like, all right. So you're tying this stuff up together before you close your case. So I like that. I did like that. So I do want to see. I want to acknowledge the positives in this show. Luther Vandross was a great,
wasn't it so beautiful? I was like,
two famous dead black men.
The songs in the show are really well done. Like the way that they use the songs like to tell this part of the story. I thought it was nice.
So we'll get to DMX of niggas. So I mean, but anyway, but Luther was a nice touch. If this was a proper love story of like two couples trying to work this thing out. So again, Corey did not get the draws. I'm happy about that. So we don't have to deal with that issue. Lucy is dealing. I think Lucy's going to end up killing her ex-husband. I think that's what's going to happen. Because he's threatening her with legal. I think he's going to try to fight. He's going to petition for custody for the son. He's stalking her. I think she's going to be put into her own abuser like defense situation. I think that's what they're setting this up.
And that's what's going to be season 3.
And this show will be canceled by then. But I think, but I feel like that's how Chanel gets off because now the prosecutor is in her own situation, and maybe Jax is her lawyer. I see Jamani. What you got?
I'm like, this makes absolutely no sense. Like, you can't get out of prison. And first day out, I'm filing for custody of a kid. Like, what lawyer is taking that case, and what court is gonna grant that?
Right? What? I mean, for the again, I couldn't specifically see the paper, but I'm sure that's what it was. Because what else would he be petitioning for that she had to be served? So I feel like it's a custody issue, but we'll get to that. Unless one of you were able to read the words on the paper.
No, I don't know what it is.
I just knew it was legal, so I figure it's about the kid. So a lot of
I think the only thing that would make sense is if he's petitioning for some alimony or something.
Again, just get out of prison. I'm sure he was.
It could be both. It could be both. It could be both.
Alimony and custody, like child support and custody. But like you said, he just got out of prison, probably for beating her, I would imagine. So I'm saying, so like this, how is this even possible? But where's his parole officer? So I mean, she should be like, hey, I know you got a parole officer, so let me take care of that, But anyway, Jax and Lewis, right? So I agree. I was a little bit irritated that Lewis once again is a piece of shit. Like I've said this on a lot of these episodes, but this kind of drove it home. Like I was like, fuck this dude. Like he is an insecure cuckold, and he wants to make Jack small so he feels better about himself. This is evident in his love speech at the end of the episode. Quote, you may not be able to brag about me the way I brag about you, but I love you, girl. He's already in the mindset. I'm not what you could be, but you're much better. She's bigger, and she tries to make her smaller. And you can see it when he's like, why are you working? Why are you not taking care of these kids? My love is unconditional. Let me give you all of this, because this show started with him being like, baby, it's me or the job, right? It's me or the job. Deuces. That's how this started. I love you and the kids. I'm all about you and the kids. In this fucking episode, she's like, hey, I gotta work late. Can you what? Take care of my kids. What did you? I got a game, girl. I got a game. I got therapy. Fuck them kids. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. That's this episode. Fuck Lewis. Fuck Lewis. Like, what?
I was kind of like watching Power and watching this so back together. I feel like Kane and Lewis. It seemed like the way Kane was like, yeah, don't shit on what I'm trying to do because I don't shit on your robot stuff. Is very similar to, hey, my job is important creating video games too.
I disagree. I 100% disagree.
Him trying to give his his speech and her trying to give him pointers, and it was like, okay, you're giving me way too many pointers. Just stop. Just like
because he doesn't have confidence.
You're not just in a relationship, but as just professionally.
Yeah, exactly. He asked her to listen to his speech, right? And so she was like, okay. And then because I noticed right off the top, there's no confidence in this speech. Like he was kind of all over the place, right? And the way he was speaking there was no confidence at all. So she was doing what he asked her to do, which was, tell me, am I doing this correctly? Give me some pointers, basically, right? And then what the problem is that Lewis feels like Jax thinks she's better than him. That's in his mind, right? Because he said to her that you can't brag about me. You don't know why are you saying that? How do you know that she doesn't brag about you? Why are you assuming that she doesn't have pride in you? You know what I mean? I was like, this is your problem and you're putting it on her. You need to get your self-esteem together and stop putting it on her. Period.
Exactly, Kim.
But
exactly,
if we're talking
Kim.
about positives, in the middle of the episode, he had one good moment when they were in bed together, and he's like, I was the one who was holding you when you'd wake up in nightmares from all this stuff with Damon, that you slept around on me with him and all this stuff. And now you're mad at me because of something that I didn't even know about, that I just found out about, her being pregnant and all this type of stuff. So I think he tried to buck up, but then he lost the confidence. Like,
well, it's not even buck up. Like Kim is right. He is insecure, and specifically with this whole, again, I'm not someone you can brag about. That's not true, because that's how bad these writers are. Go back to season 1, episode 7, the nigga what, nigga who episode, where we're introduced to Tony when she said to him, "You're a game designer, right? How do you know?" Jax was bragging about you at a parent coffee meeting. Yeah, bragging about you. I know about you because your wife is like, look at my husband. And like you said, Kim, in that flashback, he asked for her, and she gave him, and his insecurities caused him to be like, why are you criticizing me? Why? Then let's get to the whole threesome thing. He is a cuckold. Every time he has to be a parent. Every time he's like, I took care of the kids, baby. She has to either literally or figuratively pat him on the back. Yes, and she pat him and was like, you did a good job as I'm trying to work and I'm milking myself for your second child. And he's like, we fucking, right? Because I'm horny right now. Like, none of this says sex right now. None of this. But he's like, she's like, I'm tired. I'm working. I'm milking. And he's like, you know what? Let's go to a sex club. That's what give you energy. Fuck you, Lewis. That's what her response should have been. Fuck you. I'm going to sleep. Because let me get some sleep and I might give you some in the morning. How about you, like, just let me sleep? No, you go to the sex club and she immediately is getting finger banged by some stranger. And he's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, y'all, pay attention. Every single time this whole open relationship comes through, it's Lewis watching his wife get banged or finger banged or something. Yeah. Every single time.
Yeah.
This is Lewis's problem. This is Lewis's problem. And then he's like, now we can fuck, but that don't make any sense because this wasn't about getting you hard. It was about getting your wife horny, and she just needed some sleep. She just wanted some sleep. That's all she wanted. Lewis is a piece of shit. Okay, like this episode just solidified this for me. Like, because his whole speech is like, baby, I love you. I love you. That was not in question. What's in question is when I ask you a question like who you stuck your dick in, you're supposed to go Tony. That's not hard. Tony.
Absolutely.
Because the next time you see her, because Natima and Hattie are friends. So the next time you run into this bitch, you know that I put it in her because she might bring this up as women do. And I'm saying she might be like, oh, you know who else knows your penis? I do. What?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't let her walk around looking stupid as fuck because that's what women do, especially when they fucking married men like this. That she would be the first one to be like, I tag team both of them one night. Like, that's what they do. And Jax is looking stupid. She's looking stupid because of Lewis.
Yep.
Stop it.
Yep.
Fuck Lewis. Like, I mean, he is horrible. I got kids downstairs, so I really should be cussing like this, but fuck Lewis. Like, let me whisper it. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, back to niggas. Excuse me. I thought about you, David. Every time they said nigga, I was like, oh, hey. I counted. Damn it.
I sent the warning out.
14 times. 14 times. The last 5 came in the last 3 minutes of the episode. Because Lewis was like, I ain't that nigga, because you know nigga anyway, nigga. What I'm trying to say is I'm a good black man. I'm a good black man who just loves to see you get that dick. You know what Jack should have did? When Corey was like, hey, girl, she orgasms very easily. All you got to do is touch this girl, and she like, Okay. Anyway, my point is, what she should have did was picked up the phone, called Lewis, and be like, hey, Lewis, I'm bent over on this table right now. You know how I like it. This is Corey. He's about to give it to me the way you want another man to give it to me. Did this make you feel better about yourself? And then Lewis beats off, and he's like, you know what, girl? We even. 1 for 1. Boom. And it would have been fine. We're even now.
How would that make it even?
Because, again, he run around fucking. But to your point, Jemai, for her to be like, girl pregnant, bitch, you had a gun to your head last episode, and you were like, let's talk about this, Adrian. You want witness protection, you want immunity, because we good. You got a girl pregnant. She started having panic attacks and shit. I'm like, what?
Well,
what?
I mean, what?
Tell Lewis about that.
Hold on.
Did she even tell Lewis about the Adrian situation? No.
She did. No. She came home and tried to put it in her mouth. That's how she did it. She took 2 shots and wanted to suck off Lewis. That's how she solves her problems, which I'm pretty sure she could have solved this problem. If she would have been like, hey, in the mouth, we talk later. It would have been fine. It would have been fine. Anyway, Kim, I saw you. What's up?
So okay. So when she I'm not getting what you're saying about you think that she shouldn't be upset about him having an outside of their marriage baby? Is that what you're saying? Because what I feel like what Lewis could have done, right? They both slept with other people and they both know that, right? All that needed to be said, like Lewis knows she slept with the jail guy, right? Michael Ealy.
No, wait, is the jail guy and the security guy?
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. But anyway, Kim, go ahead.
Right. But at the time, they were not together. He was staying somewhere else, right? And he was coming to the house to take care of the kids, right? So they were separated then also. So when Lewis slept with Tony, they were separated also.
True.
So when they got back together and the question was asked, Lewis didn't need to ask the question really, because he only thinks that it was he saw her through the civil guy, right? Okay.
So he
wasn't upset about it. He was a voyeur about it, right? He jerked off to it, right? Now she slept with the ex-inmate, right?
Michael. Yeah,
he was upset about that, but they were separated again, right? This is the key word: is separated.
It is.
So
it is.
Tony, they were separated.
Also true.
When they got back together, all Lewis had to do when she asked him, "Did you sleep with anyone else?"
Yes.
Yes, I did. Was it anybody I know?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Who was it?
Tony.
Tony.
That's it.
I know I shouldn't have done it, but
That's
it
it.
was Tony, right?
That's it.
And
That's
it would have been, there wouldn't have been, I mean, of course, she would have still been upset, but it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been this whole
To this
big thing.
level. To this
And
level.
then also, too, when he said to her that she asked him, did the condom break? No, we didn't use a condom. We got drunk and high, which is absolutely not an excuse to use safe protection. When a woman tells you, oh, I can't get pregnant anymore, what? It's not even about you getting pregnant. I mean, that's part of it. But the bigger part is,
yes,
you, Lewis, want to get back with your wife. So you should probably protect yourself so that when you get back with Jax, you're not giving her like some type of venereal disease.
Yes.
An STD.
Yes.
So when he said it and Jax was laughing, it was because it was stupid. It was like, what? Why are you this stupid that you would have sex with someone unprotected? And then believe that she can't get pregnant. Women say bullshit like this all the time because they want to trap men. And you know Tony is out here as a freak. And you mean to tell me you didn't use a condom? You knew she was out here as a freak because you saw her getting it in with JT and the other chick,
which has never even come up. I've been speaking of coming.
No, but
I'm just saying, no one.
You
What's
know
up, John?
that was the foreplay for him because he likes to see his women with other men first.
Yes, because
also,
you're right. That's it, Jamani. You're absolutely
so he could. But I'm like, but it's again to all that to Ken's point. All Lewis had to do was tell the truth, and then this would have been. It's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she should have been upset, but the complete mental breakdown bullshit she went through. I'm like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much like that. Like I was so I was like that was my whole. If it was like we were a happily, faithfully married couple, we always keep it between us. He stepped out of the marriage. He cheated on me. That's something I could take better. That's something I could take better. But her to be like, I'm in the fetal position. I'm like, calm your ass down. Like let's
think about it. This is 18 years. This is forever. A baby is forever. He has to be a father to their baby, and Jax has to embrace the baby. If she
do you see how he braces his own kids? Like, parenting is not his style. Like, he will never see Tony's child. Like, that's not even an issue. He will, to the point. My point is, right now, we have not seen him confront Tony. We have not seen Hattie, her daughter, and her other kid. She has kids, plural. So this whole she can't get pregnant bullshit don't make any kind of sense. And we should have had the scene of.
When you just because she has other kids, she may have had like a early hysterectomy. She may have had some issues after having the children, and then she may not be able to have kids. So we don't know that part. I'm just saying that could be why she said that lie that she can't have kids.
But then, as you said, it was a lie. So I don't know why we're lying. Why does someone always have to watch those grown ass kids? So thank you for that comment, because that's also true. These are not toddlers. So I don't know why they always got to be, besides the fact you have to protect them from being teenagers and doing silly shit. But my point is,
the girl is bragging about her being able to sit in the front seat. She obviously needs a babysitter.
Well, it's funny because when I did go back to the first season, she did look very, very young. So I mean, just age happens. They go through growth spurts and that sort of thing. But my point is to make these children relevant. Natima should have heard from Hattie that Hattie is being teased at school because her mom just got on the stand, and this national trial that has media coverage has to be. And everyone is watching her mom just get on stage and say, I took dick on a regular basis, and I don't even know who's the father of my baby. That happened, which means that young girl is being teased right now if this is real life. And Hattie being her friend, she either be standing by her or making fun with her, to be real. We haven't even seen this girl since she was walking by in season 1, episode 7. We did see her once. My point is, this is how we tie it together, because Hattie comes home when her parents are like, hey, how's it going? You know, Hattie's being teased, mom. You made Hattie's mom look bad. You called her a slut, mom, and because now they're trying to figure out who's this father of this new baby. Your daddy is. Like, that's how you tie this together.
this show, it goes off the rails every episode. The mother had a new boyfriend one episode. Then she's in the hospital the next episode. Then we don't see her or hear from her this episode. It's like they have these B stories that go nowhere.
I'm just saying, but these kids, especially Hattie, she it was Spencer's season last year. He was of the kids. He's the one that kind of took the lead, right? This could have been Hattie's season, and with sorry, Hattie, no, Natima's the daughter. So Natima and Hattie being Tony's daughter, we could have got that introduced, and that would have been a good dynamic to bring this baby into the family. And they're talking about it. Maybe Spencer finds out about it. Maybe Spencer's making fun of Hattie or something, right? And then it's like, oh no, that's Daddy's kid. What, nigga? You want me to be like you, and you out here making babies? Like, we could have a whole thing with that. Also, when Jax was cleaning up his room, I thought she was gonna find the condom drawer. I'm assuming
that's what it should have been. It should have been he was sneaking the condoms out, and Lewis just ended up one short one time.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, the kids can be relevant in the sense that right now they don't mean shit. Lewis is emotionally needy and insecure, absolutely, and exactly, Kim. At some point, you said something profound. She said a lot of profound things. But no, it's just anyway. The flashbacks did not do anything for me but make Lewis seem like a piece of shit, and I already knew that. So, like, I knew, again, they already established that they somewhat care for each other. That's not in dispute for me, right? It's how do you move forward from here? How do you stop lying? How do you stop needing other people to bring you two together and you look into each other? Is what I'm saying. And Lewis finally acknowledging that it's him. But also, again, it is hypocritical for Jax to be like, you didn't tell him you were fucking Michael Ealy. You did not say, by the way, on top of the security guard that you hired for me, that I rode in front of you, I'm also banging this guy. I got convicted. You did not tell that, Jack.
You know what? I just thought of this just now. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So when she did do that, right, with the security guard, right? If we go back the way they went back when they went to the swingers club, right? That could be how they get back together. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, remember, they went to the swingers club, right? And because they were looking for the spice again, right? So that turned them on. So they were good for a while, right? They were like, oh, I want to be with you. I want to be with you, right? So remember, they were on a break when she slept with the security guard. And I'm thinking, she knows he can see her in the camera. So she's thinking, I could get Lewis, to we can get this back. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can get it back. So I'm gonna bang the security guy so that Lewis can see it, and Lewis is gonna get all hot and bothered and want to come over.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm thinking.
So you're thinking she's gonna butt dial Lewis while Corey has her spread across the conference room.
That's what I said. I just said that. But I'm saying, I mean, so I don't know. I feel like, again, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. But I think, for all this counseling, this is what needs to be discussed. Lewis, why did you think it was okay for your postpartum depression wife to be like, we need to bring somebody else in this relationship? What does it say? And then this is a repeated pattern to be like, this is what we need to be talking about, not the what fake molester like. No,
they need to talk about everything, but we also need to include that part, because you need to bring other people into your marriage in order to make you freaky. There's a connection problem.
Yes,
that is where they need the help, because their connection breaks, and then you got to do this freaky stuff to get it back. It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't. And then once again, what we established on a mind-numbing level is that these people have known for decades that JT was cheating on Chanel.
Yeah,
for decades. And yet somehow none of them knew about the abuse. Oh my God, girl, how did you?
I don't get that part either. That doesn't make any sense to me. That the best friends didn't know that she was getting her butt whooped, because there's makeup. There's a lot of makeup. But no, if they see each other, it seems to be, I don't know, they never really said that they see each other quite often, like, at least once a week, right?
Yes.
If you have on makeup there is no way to completely cover a bruise, right? You can cover it, but not completely. So you mean to tell me that you said you had black eyes and you covered it with makeup and nobody was like, girl, wait a minute, what's going on? What is going on with your makeup? No, nobody ever said that to her. Not
Stop it.
once.
Stop it. And also, real quick, so talk to this thing. The B storylines are potential setup for drama for season 3. There will be not. There will, hopefully there won't be a season 3. But to that point, Spencer's Hamilton ambitions never went anywhere. Like how about, hey guys, help me with the scene. What is your role? What about you trying to get to this new school? None of this has been discussed in any way, shape, or form. I was like, I don't know why that was even brought up. Why did he get the security guard fired if he liked what? I don't know. That's a great, we were asking that question because he was smoking his weed and stroking himself when that happened, right? But also remember this, Jax was all about it. She was staring into the camera and was like, yeah.
Yes,
And then
yes.
he comes over and tries to give it to her the way the security guard did. She was like, why are you doing this to me? And I was like, what the? Anyway, Jax is also selfish as fuck. Okay, so again, Chanel is on trial for first-degree murder. Like, she could be spending the rest of her life in jail. Okay, she's currently incarcerated right now, and she has to take time out of her defense strategy to go, Jax, are you okay? How are you feeling? I don't know. I just found out that maybe Jack. I think Lewis up with Tony. Girl, come with your girl. It's okay. Shh. I mean, my husband was beating me for over a decade, and I'm about to go to jail. But shh, it's okay, girl. It's okay. We gotta stay strong, girl. What the fuck is happening right now? What?
She's just
Well,
mean.
David, at least he didn't
But-
have a panic attack.
So I hear you, but she kind of did, which is why her friend had to step to her. But she didn't completely fall apart. But
Right.
stop it. I texted Kim when I saw it. I was like, what is happening right now? I was like,
Yeah.
and even she said, why I know. Oh, what's up, Jemima? What's up?
None of this makes any like legal sense about the whole I'm gonna put Tony on the stand and this is the legal strategy or whatever. I'm like, Power does it way better where they figure out that there's conflicts of interest. She couldn't be her lawyer if she has all this personal stuff related to a witness or whatever.
She shouldn't cross-examine her if her husband's the one that banged her and
exactly.
likely
We know
got
that.
her.
Because I'm like, if you can't just make any accusations in court without having proof to back it up. So all Lucy had to do was object and what is your basis for asserting this? I have a source. Who is said source? She says it's her husband who's okay. How are you her lawyer if you're basically trying to assert that the reasonable doubt or of some sort, which doesn't even like the name of the show is reasonable doubt, but yet they have a case where there is no reasonable doubt because there's self-defense. Doesn't make
Well, see, Jemima, that's the other part. To your point, this whole thing is like we need to establish the motive. She says, I did it. Like there is no, oh, maybe she didn't. No, I killed this man. That is a fact. I'm telling you why I did it. So Tony being on the stand doesn't mean shit. Like in either way, like whether she knew about the baby or not, I killed him. We're just trying to figure, and then it's like, oh, I'm okay with him cheating. But real quick, I was thinking about this. So I had to watch again. They're claiming that Chanel found out after the birthday party. Remember, Jack said you helped plan the birthday party, correct? Yes. And that's when y'all started sleeping together, correct? Yes. So between the birthday party and JT being murdered is the time frame we're looking at. All of that happened in season 1. We heard nothing about this. All of this was on camera. All of this is on camera. You can go back and watch her at the birthday party. Season 1, episode 7, she was at the birthday party. All right. So after that, Chanel forgot to mention to anyone that Tony, the woman we saw twice in this season, also fucking Lewis, she found out that he's having sex with Tony. She doesn't tell her cousin. She don't tell her best friends. Nobody, huh? Stop it. This doesn't make sense. You can't rewrite stuff we already saw. Like this doesn't. What are you doing? And to be like, oh, I was cool with it. You know how it is. Then what? No, because you're constantly crying to your friends that he's cheating on me and he's making me feel bad. And I'm like, stop it. Like you were just rewriting the show to justify these characters' actions, and it don't make sense. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. Like, why are you doing this to us?
Wow.
Just, Sally did it. Sally did. Sally needs to be one. She needs to be homeless. She needs to be homeless right now. She needs to be like, Jax, can I stay with you? Let's talk about what these bitches want. From
yeah, Sally does need to be homeless. And when she walked in that house, this is what got me. I'm on Chris's side in this whole thing with Sally and Chris. I think that's her husband's name is Chris.
Yeah. Well,
I'm on his side because she betrayed him.
Yo.
She betrayed, if they have a family, because I don't even know if they have kids, because they really don't go into that with them. But whatever, she betrayed his trust, and that it was huge what she did. It was really bad. And you mean to tell me you walk in there with an attitude, popping your butt, and just walking in there, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. How do you have an attitude? And it's your fault that your husband is sleeping on the couch. Literally, you should be on the couch, or you should be in a hotel. A hotel. Because remember, the house is not valuable to you. Obviously, the house that we bought together, that we built together, is not that important to you. So why are you still sleeping here? You need to be sleeping at Chantel's house, anybody else's house but this house. And then you have the nerve to look at me like, with, like, nigga, please. I was like, wait, what?
And to Kim, to your point again, in the previously on, they show you the part where the husband says, now we owe the full amount of the bail. Like they show you that to be like, either these people are in extreme debt or that house is about to get repossessed. Like none of this is happening. Again, Sally needs to be like, I need part of that 30 million.
It doesn't make any sense because I'm like, if they didn't put out the warrant for her, how did the bail get forfeited?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
We have to acknowledge that it did happen. That's why she's back in custody. That's why somehow Adrian, though, is free as a bird. He also has not visited her since he got immunity and he just walked away from all this. But I'm like, it happened. So I'm like, also
so
Dallas.
There was no reason for Jax to be like, oh, I need to be riding shotgun to you catching up with Chanel. There was no reason for that. If she's going back to jail, if her bail is getting revoked, what was the benefit of the cops being there while the cops took her in?
Black Lives Matter. She knows there's a black couple in America. They're just gonna show up and start shooting these two people because I guess. And so she was protecting them. She was protecting them from the angry white man. That's what she was doing. And the cops. That's why she had to be there to save their lives. She said that actually. She was like, Black Lives Matter. It's like, what? Click. And then I'm like, Adrian, as we said, both of them should have went to jail. Both of them should have went to jail because he was aiding a bet. And again, you don't rest your prosecution until you let the jury know this supposed proud mother who do anything for her children. We're going to leave her two children with her cousin while she ran to Mexico with 30 million illegal dollars. That was her plan before we caught her and brought her ass back here to face justice. Like that's
closing arguments. Like the prosecutor can't.
No, you should have brought that up in trial to be like when Adrian was on the stand. This should have been the conversation. Is what I'm saying. That should have been part of the conversation when Adrian was on the stand. And also the 2 hours. What was she doing for 2 hours between killing her husband in self-defense and calling the fucking ambulance? What were you doing for 2 hours? Like
the prosecution never said anything about that. They just rested the case, and I was like, that's huge.
That like you.
If someone is like dead, you hit them with something, even if they're not dead, you immediately pick up your cell phone, which kills me when every show I've ever watched, when everybody in the world has a cell phone. There are 2-year-olds with cell phones, y'all. Literally, there are 3-4-year-olds cell phones, and they help me. So what?
It's in your hand.
Actually have a phone in their house anymore? Okay, literally. Everything is cell phone. You mean to tell me you no one is asking the question, why didn't you pick up your cell phone or his cell phone, right?
And call
the police and say, my husband he's, I don't know if he's dead or not, but he has been hurt, and I need an ambulance now.
It
Nobody
doesn't
asked
make
the question.
even if she said, well, that's her, we have to get her on the stand to ask her directly. But even when they had the 911 operator on, what time did she call?
Yep.
Right? Emmy says this time. It took 2 hours. You can establish between these two witnesses. It took said victim, suspect, 2 hours to call for assistance. Why? What were you doing in that time frame? He's been on cell phone for like 2 months. I don't know how time works in this series, but it's been a little bit. And it's still and again, as we said, Sally needs to be on the couch or just out the house altogether. Or the house needs to be repossessed by now. But like they show us, but we're not seeing the urgency of this. It's like they're just having a little spat. But no, seriously, like the ignorance of the soundtrack and how they use it to be like Chris. Let's say Chris. It's like, hey, Lewis, what does bitches want from a nigga? I was like, maybe not fucking around with their friends and getting women pregnant. Maybe, and again, like, how many times is this positive black show written by black people gonna refer to women as bitches or like black on a regular basis in this episode? Like, they were like, yeah, man, these bitches be out here. Now, in Chris's state, I understand that when it comes to Sally. Like, I'm sorry, she earned the title, right? So I get that. And Jax, depending on how you look at her, you know what I'm saying? Like she has done some trifling shit. But I'm like, right now, you're the one in trouble, Lewis. You're the one that put you on this couch. You know what I'm saying? So don't be coming at her like this. And then at the end of the episode to be like, when Harry met Sally, girl, I love you. I just realized I can't quit you.
I thought he was gonna get on his knees. I literally thought that this man was about to get on his knees and beg her to take him back. I was like, can we just stop? Can we just end this right now?
Please, baby. Baby, please, baby.
Yeah, no. That's exactly what he was saying. Did y'all notice? I know this is kind of an off thing, but the prosecutor previously was very I would say not put together. Like she had her hair pulled back. She had on these horrible suits.
She got a makeover. She got a makeover.
I was like, is this Marsha Clark? What are we doing?
She got a haircut last episode, right before the public, like she did some kind of public appearance. It was her and the DA, like she cut her hair and everything. I noticed that like last episode. It's like she got herself, and then she got some random ass black woman chair. To Giovanni's point, you don't do a high profile case by yourself. And she doesn't have a name. She don't like nothing. She's just a random ass black woman sitting next to her. I'm just assuming she's assistant DA and she's helping out with the case. But this kind of thing should have been discussed, so we know who she is and why she's sitting there. Right. This is not brought up at all.
She looks good. I mean, I'm saying the prosecutor looks very nice. I love her makeover. Yeah. But he was just kind of like, I really thought of Marsha Clark. I was like, do you need to look this way in order to win the case? Like, what's happening?
But again, it would have been interesting to put to. It could have been like, hey, we need to win the hearts and minds of the jury or just the crowd. Like, I need you to soften up or something like that. And like, so we did get the backstory on Corey and why he wants this case. So he wants to win this case because he was the reason why the woman who's in jail got her husband, and he came and attacked her. So we got that backstory, and I thought that was going to get him the draws. I really thought that it was this sense of vulnerability right now. She's like, wow. When he said I ordered dinner, and she was like, oh, you ordered dinner? I was like, she's about to drop the draws of some Chinese food. Is that what's about to happen right now? She was like, oh my God, you want to feed us? When he takes your children out, when he picks the children up from school, that's when you fuck them. When he's like, hey, I'll be the daddy that Lewis won't be, that's when he gets the draws. That's when you get to, like, not Chinese food, girl. Like, let's have some standards. Let's not. He takes care of the kids because Lewis is like,
he told his little story and he was very vulnerable. That turned her on, and she was also, because she's vulnerable because of what's happening with Lewis. I was like, I wouldn't be. Oh my gosh, Morris Chestnut is sexy. Oh my God, he is just that dude. It's like my panties would have been off, bra off, clothes. I would have been completely naked in the daggone conference room. Just do what you must.
Hey, Kim. It's not I would have been. I'm not trying to co-sign on this one. What I'm about to say, though, is that it would have been interesting if Crystal would have been like, he can make a gay woman straight, because she ain't really gay, but it would have been interesting if she would have said something like that.
Yeah, because he is very, I don't care what role he's in. His sexiness just always comes through. Always comes. He could be a murderer, and women will still be attracted to this man.
And probably make him more so.
I don't know about all of that, but I'll say the writing on this show is so just fundamentally bad. His swagger and delivery made that story, believable and like I was with it. I think if it had been a lesser actor, I probably would have
laughed harder.
Yeah, it just like because
he is a good actor, Jamani. He's a very good. He really is a good actor, and that's why I'm waiting for the day when they give him his chance again.
Because I'm telling you, man, black folks did not support him in Rosewood. Rosewood was a positive show with positive black people, and
but
black people.
What? It wasn't that he didn't get the ratings. It was Fox. Because if you ever really think about it, Fox cancels a lot of good shows. Like there was the show with Michael Sheen where he played a serial killer, and his son was an FBI agent, right? And
yes,
I can't remember the name of the show.
Yes,
excellent show. It was it had the woman that was in Scandal who played the first lady. It had her in it. Yeah. It was a really, really good show, and Fox got rid of it when the second season ended. They just threw it away.
Fox, I will agree with you on that. But with Rosewood, it did well when it was next to Empire, and once it got pushed to Friday, like I think the ratings fell off because it was great. Like and Empire, kept on going. Anyway, to say, yes, Kim Morris is him.
Yes. He is.
Nice rhyme.
Yeah.
I like how you did that. Absolutely. I don't know if you did it on purpose, but it was good.
His wife is very lucky.
He's I thought about you, Jamani, from a legal perspective, because this is also silly. I watched it 3 times. I was like, he didn't just say that, did he? So Corey said through discovery, I guess, Lucy's efforts has revealed that Chanel knew about Tony. Tony knew that JT was sleeping. That Chanel knew that JT was sleeping with Tony. Let's see if I got this straight. You need the prosecution and discovery to find out that your client / best friend knew that her husband, who you knew even before this trial, was having sex with Tony, who you also knew before this trial. You needed the prosecution to tell you that. Like, I was like, what the fuck? I said, no, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. Let me one more time. I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever read. Like, if it did take discovery, then that's when you go to your clients and be like, why didn't we know about this? And how did Lucy find out about this before we found out about this?
No, and discovery happens before trial.
So but I was like, this doesn't, but like, it shouldn't take the prosecution to know. Also, why was Chanel like, oh my God, he got
even if it was, let's just pretend that that's what it was, right? It's not just word of mouth, hearsay. There has to be some sort of evidence in the discovery that articulates that. What was the evidence?
That's what how did you get there? Like, did someone not Jax and not Corey interview the text messages? The text message, and that we subpoenaed Tony's or Chanel's text messages, probably Chanel, because she's the suspect. We subpoenaed her phone and text messages, and that's how they got the text string where she says, "Oh, I figured I understand him, but I couldn't understand you. Now you made it easier for me to do what I have to do." That they got and that would have been different. That would have been different. Girl, did you know? Because when she acted completely surprised during the interview, remember? Oh my God, my husband did what? Stop the interview and all this other bullshit. So that's when Jax goes, you didn't know about JT and Tony? No, girl, I didn't know. Okay. Then the prosecution's like, no, we pulled the text messages. She knew about this. You lied to us. Like, then we get that part of it. You lied to us. You told me you didn't know about any of this. So was it premeditated? Did you already, like, that could have been and this has happened many times in these shows. The defense attorney finds out something about their client. If you keep on lying to me, I'm not gonna defend you anymore. This is standard stuff. But I'm like, you could have did it better, but this don't make any sense. Like,
no, not in this case. They have made Corey such a lawyer that has been like, I feel so remorseful for defending this guy who then, went to another state and followed this woman and killed her. And he feels responsible for that. I don't necessarily know why, but all right. He feels responsible for doing his job and defending him. All right. But why it doesn't basically his client, it's just very hard to see how his client doesn't know all this type of stuff that's going on with, in the discovery and all that type of stuff. I don't see why he's just taking such a back seat and letting Jax more or less take the first chair or whatever, because he's so empathetic to the needs of battered women, even though he could, you don't need a law degree, or you just need common sense to see this is not a battered woman. This is like somebody actually did commit first degree murder because of the physical evidence.
As we discussed, there's too much distance between someone walked up behind said victim and bashed him on top of the head. Where's the murder weapon? And then we still haven't got a good picture of the murder weapon and how it was used. We don't have a theory on that. Okay, again, their theory is she did do it. So there is no other theory. She did it. It's just why she did it. So there is no dispute. So when Sally is revealed as the killer, they're gonna be like, never mind, Sally did it, and we didn't know that. And then I don't know. But Sally needs to be more relevant in the thing. Anyway, come on, let's wrap this up and get to a better show. Giovanni, any final words for Reasonable Doubt?
I don't know how things would necessarily, in a fantasy world, right? They probably will not do anything when all the cards are on the table. But Chanel should definitely go to jail for all the stuff that you're saying about Adrian, aiding and abetting, lying to law enforcement, falsifying evidence, all this type of stuff where she's taking the rap for it while a criminal is just basically out on the loose.
Yeah. Oh, again, so at least we agree Sally did it. It's probably not Adrian at this point. I doubt we even see Adrian.
No, I'm not saying Adrian did. I'm just saying that her lying about it is a crime in and of itself, and Chanel will just all of a sudden walk out of the courtroom free as a bird.
Yeah.
Whereas, hey, there are charges that can still be filed against you for wasting all these tax dollars on this bullshit trial.
Yeah. I don't know. The kids should be being harassed at school. There's so many things that could be happening, making the kids relevant. There's easier.
No, why is Denzel Washington's mother even in this season?
Wife.
What is mother? Huh?
That's Denzel Washington's wife.
Wife.
Yeah, wife. Yeah, sorry. Denzel Washington's wife. Why is she even in this season?
I don't know, bro. I thought maybe her new boyfriend was gonna be a molester too. I don't know. I thought I thought this was gonna be relevant to something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man. We got at least 2 more episodes, so we'll see how this thing rolls out.
I'm like, whatever this this whole ex-convict Lucy's ex-husband or estranged husband, whatever, makes no sense. You're a prosecutor. If somebody has actually committed a violent crime against you and they're in jail for it, when they go up for parole, you actually get notified. So you don't have to call the jail or the prison to find out if they're still incarcerated. So you could actually make a testimony, saying I support or don't want this person to be paroled. that happens all the time. She was just oblivious to all of this process, and he's just home free. Like,
yeah, that doesn't make sense because even when I got robbed, and they let me know when the people who robbed me were getting out of jail.
So
they
again,
we are, and they sent a letter to my parents' house letting us know that the people that you got locked up, they're getting out of jail on such a date. So they do let you know.
So I'm thinking, so we are assuming, I'm assuming that this is a domestic abuse situation, and that's why he's in there. Maybe there's some other, he is crazy, but maybe there's some other reasons why he's in jail.
Very scared of him. So I'm thinking it is domestic violence.
Right. So like I said, it would be weird that she wasn't really involved. And again, especially also being part of the legal,
it doesn't make sense. Jamani's right. It should have been
pops up like, hey girl. And I was like, and again, all of a sudden he feels that he has legal standing to even take any kind of counter, action against her. Probably like for the kid. I don't get that.
But when the guy showed up, I thought for a second, I was like, maybe this is not her husband or whatever, because he was like, I've always loved you, this, that, and the third. It seemed like a stalker, as opposed to like with the things he was saying when he showed up with the flowers and stuff.
But he said a better father and a better husband. Yeah. He said better father and husband though. He did say that at one of the meetings. So there was something there. He did. I think it's. Come on, bro. We gotta get the From. But
yeah, From is a better show. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you, Jamani. I like that. That was the Saints. Kim, please.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have any predictions or anything. So, anywho, thank you, chat. We love you so much. Thank you for joining the conversation. Please like the video. That is very, very important that everyone like the video. We're also trying to get to reach 500 views per video. So if you share the video, we'll be able to reach that goal. Also, we're trying to get to 2,500 subscribers by December 15th. So if you share the video with anyone, everyone will be able to reach that goal. Also, please hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. And again, thank you so much, chat. We truly appreciate you and we love you guys. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Bye.
Thanks, Kim. Yes, we did. Oh, real quick. Let me do this one. We did try comments. I did try to watch that show and I was like, absolutely not. No, it was bad. It was real bad. And then Kim was like, it's real bad. And I was like, no, it got renewed. I was like, what the fuck? Double Cross is coming to Stars. Shut up. You must be in syndication. Kim says, yeah, it's syndication. Yeah. Like the reruns are coming to Stars.
Exactly. No, yeah, it's not. They're not reviving it. Absolutely not. But yeah, it is going to be on Stars.
Too bad.
How desperate is Stars though, right?
No, I'm telling they are bad off. They're buying stuff from All Black. Shit. You could buy the entire channel for $20. Mary J. Blige's wardrobe could pay for All Black, and you still have change. And you're like, damn it. But it was a great show. It was a great show. I mean, I after that, I told Kim, after that got canceled, I am done with All Black. There's nothing that will bring me back to that bullshit app. I mean, the double cross, House Divided, Monogamy were like Wicked the best. Wicked City. Stop it. Now she's just being funny. I was like, no. Let's not do that. Anyway, come on. We're gonna get to From. Thank you guys for hanging out. Please enjoy the exits, and we'll see you in a city beyond, I guess. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching still in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to go ahead?
Oh shit. Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.